of the events or a repetition of the events that have taken place here in Los Angeles recently, we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coon. The white man to go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations, I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
Touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations. America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of Eric
It's a cut on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin? much wanna mind your thoughts. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got...
We don't go to school to fight. We go to school to learn.
They started it. You should have never started it. I don't play like that. That's not my game. I don't play games. I'm not about to play games with you guys. I let that slide for like a couple of days. After those couple of days, that's it. But you better, if there's no sorry coming, oh, you beat it up with. They started it.
Little girl ran to her mom in the middle of the night, and you'll never guess the reason why.
Oh, hi, Mommy.
Oh, hi, Emmy.
I can't go to bed. I'm scared.
What are you scared of?
Scared back, please.
I absolutely cannot. Hello, everyone. Grand Rising. Thanks for tuning in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. I absolutely cannot with Brad. He thought he was going to sneak little Tyrone, but you see how that turned out. Okay, please pay attention. All right, and so anyway, let's get into it. Okay, so everyone, please hit that like button. You know it doesn't cost you anything. Okay, go ahead and like and share if you could be so kind. And also, if you don't like what the Queen is cooking, well, you already know what to do. Exit stage left. Don't let the virtual doorknob hit you on the way out. Okay, also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr_A_Shakur, TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. All right, so let's get into it. Okay, Courtney J is here, Deneen, Claudette, Miss Evie, Juju is in the house, and let's get back into it. Okay, Crochet Crazy. All right, Stacy, 504 Nola, Piggy's Picks, TC Dan. All right, shout out to my moderators putting in work. Nessie X, Just Anticipate, Miss AP, Priscilla, Deronda, Mr. Elevation, Queen Sam is here. Says Brad and Tyrone names Queen, you're a mess. But Brad tried it. You know he did, honey. He thought he was going to sneak him real quick. Okay, Queen Amoni Hewitt, Miss Evie, DSB is in the house. All right, above all that drama, Miss Black Butterfly. Okay, Stacey Quinn, let's get into it. So you all know that Kabami talked about her little plan to stop the price gouging of food. Okay, like this, and here's the thing. I'm starting to notice a pattern with Kabami. Okay, now the first plan that she came out with was the one about no taxing for tips. Okay, which she announced in Vegas, and because of course many people in Vegas get tips, and you know they don't want to be taxed on it. And then she came back and said she was going to stop all that. And I told you all, well, when's she going to do it? Because at the end of the day, wasn't it her and Biden who in fact wanted to tax tips in the first place, and also have us, you know, having to report every time you get $600 on your Cash App and things like that, you got to report that to the IR and the S. So I have questions. And not to mention, she stole that idea from Trump, who announced it back in June, way before she did. So that's the first thing I noticed, that she has a pattern of stealing people's ideas. Because this whole food gouging or this food price gouging plan, well, this is old. This is already a plan. Okay, this has already been tried and it failed. All right, and so let's get into it. Not to mention, some states already have, you know, rules for this set in place. Okay, so Kabami needs to sit down somewhere. Kabami and her paid informant, says Mr. Elevation. Okay, so let's get into it. Likes up, everyone, please, like and share. Because here's the word on the streets. Now, first of all, former President Donald Trump is attacking Vice President Kamala Harris's plan for federal ban on price gouging by grocery stores and food suppliers, says as the Soviet controls. Because they already tried this before, like I told you. But Republican state officials across the country have embraced the idea of capping excessive prices for years. Now, GOP state's attorney general, as well as many of their Democratic counterparts, have moved to stop companies from charging what they view as exorbitant increases in the cost of some goods in certain circumstances. Now, in Texas, Attorney General Ken Paxton, a Republican, sued a large egg supplier for raising prices by about 300% at the height of the pandemic lockdowns in 2020. Chris Kobach, the Republican Attorney General of Kansas, is suing the large natural gas supplier over allegations that it gouged consumers in the aftermath of the 2021 winter storm. And in storm-prone Florida, state officials widely publicized a law that prohibits sharp price increases in essential items during emergencies. See, that's what I'm saying. People have already been fighting for this. They've already been suing, and this has already been tried by previous presidents too. Okay, they say nobody likes to be gouged when they've lost their food. Okay, this is what Trish Connors, a former chief deputy attorney general of Florida, now in private practice at the Firestern's Weaver Miller. This is what she says. It says the state laws address the fundamental public safety role that state AGs have, and it's largely bipartisan. You don't see too much difference between AGs in that regard. Now, the state laws underscore some of the benefits and challenges that Harris may face in selling her plan. It is broadly popular for politicians to shield consumers from excessive prices, even if many economists disagree with the approach. But at the same time, most states have limited their intervention in the market to a far narrower set of circumstances. And Harris's plan for a national approach would likely represent a major expansion of the role of government in prices. Now, some 37 states have laws already to address price gouging. Now, that's 37 states. So her idea is nothing new, is all I'm saying. Most of the laws have specific triggers, such as a state of emergency or disaster, and prohibit sellers of certain essential goods from jacking up prices beyond a certain threshold. Now, some states have a numerical threshold of, say, 15 to 25%, while others have vaguer prohibitions on excessive or uncontrollable increases. Florida Republican Attorney General Ashley Moody vowed to vigorously enforce the price gouging law as hurricane season began earlier this year. Her office has a dedicated hotline app and website for consumers to report instances of price gouging during emergencies. Now, but Moody says her efforts to keep prices low on essential goods during emergencies aren't close to what Harris is proposing at the national level. Now, with that all being said, now let's listen to this, because this is these are Dane Calloway's receipts, okay, which I have borrowed, mind you. Okay, so I'm going to play the audio. I'm not going to play his not going to play his video. Okay, with that all being said, now I want you all to listen to this. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. And listen to a few other things about Kabami, okay? Because I'm going to play also when Tulsi Gabbard read her for filth at the 2020 debate when she was first running for president. Now, I've played this for you before, but upon listening to this, I said I should play this again because maybe you all missed it, that when Tulsi was talking about Kamala's track record as prosecutor of California, Kamala not only didn't deny the allegations about her sending about 1,500 people to jail for marijuana, but she immediately started talking about her record as the AG. Okay, that's what she talked about. See, I told you all last week, I didn't go into it as much as I probably should have, so you get the full understanding of the depth of it. When I told you guys that the people that are saying she didn't send people to jail, she didn't send thousands of people to jail for marijuana, they said that she had a good record, or basically they tried to say she didn't do that when she was the attorney general. And I said, yeah, they keep saying attorney general, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about when she was a prosecutor. So just pay attention to the switch in the talking points.
Negatively impacting Black and brown people all across this country today. Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place.
Now, stop right there. So first of all, she didn't have a problem, Kabami that is, she didn't have a problem keeping prisoners in jail long past her stay to use them as cheap labor because allegedly her family has a history of owning slaves over in Jamaica. So the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. It's all I'm saying. But let's continue, but pay attention that Tulsi specifically pointed out her record as a prosecutor. Now listen to Harris when she responds.
Impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Senator Harris, your response.
As the elected Attorney General of California, I did the work of significantly reforming the criminal justice system.
Now, let me stop right there because the thing I want you all to realize is the way that she completely glossed over her record as a prosecutor should let you know that the things that Tulsi Gabbard said about her are unequivocally true. So when D.L. Hughley comes back and apologizes and says that he had wrong information, he's lying. Okay, he is lying because if it were not so, wouldn't Harris have defended herself and spoke about that it wasn't true and what actually happened and the real stats of what happened with the people that were arrested for marijuana while she was the prosecutor? But she immediately switched up the game and went straight to her record as the attorney general, which has nothing to do with the cases that she tried when she was a prosecutor.
Of a state of 40 million people, which became a national model for the work that needs to be done. And I am proud of that work. And I am proud of making a decision to not just give fancy speeches or be in a legislative body and give speeches on the floor, but actually doing the work of being in the position to use the power that I had to reform a system that is badly in need of reform. That is why we created initiatives that were about re-entering former offenders and getting them counseling. It is why, and because I know that criminal justice system is so broken, that I am an advocate for what we need to do to not only decriminalize but legalize marijuana in the United States.
I want to bring Congresswoman Gabbard back in. Your response.
The bottom line is, Senator Harris, when you are in a position to make a difference and an impact in these people's lives, you did not. And worse yet, in the case of those who were on death row, innocent people, you actually blocked evidence from being revealed that would have freed them until you were forced to do so. There is no excuse for that. And the people who suffered under your reign as prosecutor, you owe them an apology.
Senator Harris.
My entire career, I have been personally opposed to the death penalty, and that has never changed. And I dare anybody who is in a position to make that decision, to face the people I have faced, to say, I will not seek the death penalty. That is my background. That is my work. I am proud of it. I think you can judge people by when they are under fire, and it's not about some fancy opinion on a stage, but when they're in the position to actually make a decision, what do they do? When I was in the position of having to decide whether or not to seek a death penalty on cases I prosecuted, I made a very difficult decision that was not popular to not seek the death penalty. History shows that, and I am proud of those decisions.
Senator Harris said she was proud of her record as a prosecutor. The few examples that I mentioned, I'm shocked. I'm shocked that she would be proud of throwing people in jail for marijuana violations, for minor marijuana violations. And then when she was asked about, have you ever smoked one? She laughed. She's ruined people's lives because of these decisions she's made. She refused to bring evidence, allow evidence to come forward that would take an innocent person off of death row. How can you be proud of that? She talks a lot about being a prosecutor president. This is not the kind of prosecutor that I would want leading our country. The fact is, when she was in a position to make change, she not only chose not to do so, she actually further harmed people in their lives. The fact that under her leadership, they kept people in prison longer than their terms of sentence, purely because they wanted cheap slave labor. Think about how terrible that is, the lives that were impacted, the families that were left behind, the children who were left behind, even after someone served their time. It's absolutely unacceptable, and she needs to be held accountable for her record.
Now, she never Denied it. Like Juju says she never denied the allegation. No, she did not. She never denied holding people in prison long past their stay or when their time was up. She never denied anything about the marijuana allegations. When she addressed anything about her prosecutorial actions, the only thing she said was that she was against the death penalty.
Suddenly gained the vote of Black Americans. As of today, she has garnered $500 million in 1 month. And what's alarming is that she collected all of these donations without even mentioning any of the policies she'll implement as President of the United States. Until a few days ago, no one knew about her policies. However, people still supported her. They were influenced by her association with celebrities, hoping to gain credibility by winning over their fans. She also relied heavily on identity politics, claiming she is Black despite her birth record stating she's white. Additionally, her position as vice president led people to trust her somehow with 4 more years of holding the keys to the country. I want you to notice that no one on social media is bragging about her policies, which she mentioned a few days ago. Here's why.
Hello, everyone. Liberal billionaires who absolutely
Hold on, guys, a Donald Trump ad.
And hate it.
But right before the Democrats' big day.
Now listen to this. Listen to what they say about Kibami's policy. And then how you know that this is just old news.
Kamala made the biggest mistake of her campaign. She told us what her plans were. Kamala wants to control the price of food.
I will work to pass the first ever federal ban on price gauging on food. My plan will include new penalties for opportunistic companies that exploit crises and break the rules.
Princess Kamala wasn't supposed to have plans, or whatever those plans were. She was supposed to hide them until after the election. But now she wants to pick the price of bacon? Kamala knows what a head of lettuce should cost, even though she hasn't been in a grocery store in 4 years. The princess just waves her magic wand and poof, a loaf of bread's $2.50. Why didn't anyone else think of that? Well, a lot of people did. And
now, I want you to pay attention to, she is such a darn liar. She said she was going to have the first ever, but people have already done this. Let's continue.
A disaster every time. 2,000 years ago, Roman Emperor Diocletian put in a price control, punishable by death.
So 2,000 years ago, somebody had the same idea. I just want y'all to pay attention. 2,000 years ago, somebody did this, but she's talking about she's the first ever. Oh my goodness, I absolutely cannot with Kibami.
Prices went up and merchants started selling goods on the black market. The Soviets tried it too. That ended in bread lines. Even President Nixon gave it a shot.
The time has come for decisive action, action that will break the vicious circle of spiraling prices and costs. I am today ordering a freeze on all prices and wages throughout the United States for a period of 90 days.
Now, this is President Richard Nixon speaking about the same policy that she just lied and said she's the first ever to do it.
Nixon's price freeze triggered shortages and even more inflation. And then 90 days later, he got rid of them. In Venezuela, Hugo Chavez went on a socialist spending spree, which sent food prices skyrocketing. So he had the same idea as Harris and capped food prices. And Venezuela went from one of the richest countries in the world to one of the poorest. Price controls aren't a new idea. They're just a bad one.
It is a device that governments have repeatedly resorted to try to cover up the effects of their own policies. It is offered as a cure for inflation. It is not a cure for inflation. It has never been a cure for inflation. It is an alleged cure that is far worse than the disease.
Now, that was somebody speaking about this back in the 60s or 70s. Okay, saying that it's not a cure. It doesn't stop inflation. In fact, it drives inflation in some cases.
The government setting food prices didn't work for Rome, the Soviets, Nixon, or Venezuela. But Kamala thinks she can just wave her magic wand and voila, capitalism disappears. This was her campaign's first opportunity to show us her economic vision, and it turns out she's blind as a bat. We all waited a month to hear what Kamala believed in, and she finally told us it's communism. The princess doesn't understand basic math. She thinks supply and demand means when she demands something, the intern supplies it. Kamala's communism would have come out in a primary. And for those Democrats watching, a primary is when politicians compete with each other and do interviews, take questions from voters, and tell us what they believe in. But why bother with democracy when coronating a mysterious princess makes it easier on the Democrats and much easier for her? Kamala can wave her magic wand and build millions of new homes across America.
By the end of my first term, we will end America's housing shortage by building 3 million new homes and rentals that are affordable for the middle class. In addition, while we work on the housing shortage, my administration will provide first-time home buyers with $25,000 to help with the down payment on a new home.
Kamala spent $8 billion and she built 7 charging stations. You think she can build 3 million homes? The guy she's running against builds things for a living. If you want a new home, I'd vote for that guy. And she's going to hand anybody who wants to build their first house a check for $25,000. Do you hear that sound? If you listen closely, that's the sound of every home seller raising their listing price by 25 grand. This just drives home prices up more.
Exactly.
Just like electric cars or college tuition, when the government subsidizes, the price goes up and the country goes deeper in debt. Kamala doesn't care. She's got a wand and a dream, and she's going to wave it until her wrist gives out. She wants to get rid of private health insurance. Poof. And pick the price of drugs. If Big Pharma says that's illegal, she'll make their patents go poof.
For any drug where they fail to play by our rules, I will snatch their patent so that we will take over. And yes, we can do that. Yes, we can do that.
When a fire starts, every moment matters. How quickly can you respond?
What?
Yes, we can do that.
And Kamala says that if men and women are paid differently, you're getting fined.
For every 1% differential between what they are paying men and women for equal work, there will be a fine of 1% of their previous year's profits. That'll get their attention.
Fines, price controls, snatching patents, $25,000 handouts for a couple who just graduated from Harvard and want to scoop up their first starter home in Nantucket. This isn't what the machine coronated Kamala for. They wanted a figurehead who would hide in her castle, not share her Marxist ideas with voters. The machine can drag this princess across the finish line if she just keeps her mouth shut. Naughty little princess.
We've seen it happen in Venezuela. We've seen it happen in the Soviet Union. Price controls just don't work. It expresses a level of economic illiteracy.
We've seen this kind of thing tried in lots of other countries before: Venezuela, Argentina, the Soviet Union, etc. It leads to shortages. It leads to black markets. Plenty of uncertainty.
It sounded a lot like this notion that we were going to set price controls and that if we were returning to the 1970s, you can't pay more than, let's say, $2.50 for milk. And if you do, we're going to charge the grocery store with some criminal act. And obviously this hasn't worked, these sorts of policies in Venezuela or Soviet Russia.
Kamala is supposed to be the puppet princess. And now,
okay, I'm going to stop right there. I think we've all heard enough. Now, Root Trackers by Yara said her sister is not that dark. And it's been said that she put on dark makeup on purpose, just games and galore. I told you all that. I showed you all the pictures. I told you. She is not that dark, okay? She's trying to fool us at the end of the day. I mean, yes, some of these Indians are dark, but she's not one. She's not as dark as she was looking the other day. And Dr. Umar said the same thing. In fact, speaking of Dr. Umar, let's go to Dr. Umar because he has a challenge for the bootlicks. Okay, that being Steve Harvey, Ricky Smiley, and D.L. Hughley. He's challenging them to a debate, which I find hilarious. They're not going to take him up on that offer. Okay, please pay attention. Now, with that all being said, I'm going to share my screen and show Dr. Umar's nefariously hilarious video. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. I'm going to use an overlay so I don't have any problems with ScrewTube. And at one point, I'm going to fast forward because Dr. Umar says a word that I don't want to get in trouble for when he calls them something. So likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Okay, here we go.
I want a television debate. I want a television debate with Steve Harvey, D.L. Hughley, Ricky Smiley versus Dr. Umar Ifatunde. Is the Democratic Party the party of African people? Roland Martin can join in too. If they want Roland, they can bring Roland too. I want D.L. Hughley, Steve Harvey, and Ricky Smiley in a debate. Is the Democratic Party the party of the American African? Somebody get Steve Harvey on the phone. Somebody get D.L. Hughley on the phone. Somebody get Ricky Smiley. Dr. Umar wants to come on y'all show and debate you 3-on-1. And if y'all need Roland to help you out, Roland can come too. We can make it 4-on-1. Steve Harvey said that the Omega Psi Phi brothers run the radio. In all respect to my Omega Psi Phi brothers, the late, great Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad was a member of Omega Psi Phi, so I'm not going to reduce the Omegas down to 3 men. I'm not going to do that. We're going to keep this about Steve, DL, and Ricky. Okay? Steve, DL, and Ricky. I want a debate. D.L. Hughley, will you debate me on your radio? Steve Harvey, will you debate me on your radio? Ricky Smiley, will you debate me? I'll debate all of you separately or all 3 of you together. Since y'all run black radio, and I run black consciousness, it's only right that we have a clash of kings. Y'all called the kings of comedy, right? The kings of comedy, let's call it the kings of comedy versus King Kong consciousness. Let's call it the kings of comedy versus King Kong consciousness. Let's call it the kings of comedy versus King Kong consciousness. I'm ready right now. I don't need no prep time. I'm ready right now. Intellectual Ifatunde is ready right now. When we going to do this debate? When we going to do this debate? Steve, Ricky, DL, I want y'all on the stage in front of the people right now. I'm doing it for Fannie Lou Hamer. I'm doing it for Emmett Till. I'm doing it for Medgar Evers. I'm doing it for Huey P. Newton. I'm doing it for His Excellency, the Most Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. I'm doing it for the Honorable Frederick Douglass. I'm doing it for Breonna Taylor, Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, Amir Lott, Dante, Sonia Massey, Freddie Gray. I'm doing it for them. Let's do the debate. Let's do the debate. If Omega Psi Phi, if my brothers of Omega Psi Phi, who I love and respect, want to host the debate, it could be an Omega Psi Phi debate. You can have the purple and gold. I don't care who hosts. I don't care where it's host. I want Steve, Ricky, and DL on the same stage.
Okay, I'm going to skip past this part because he called them some names, which they absolutely are, but I don't want to have any problems with Screw Tube. Likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. Thank you in advance.
Versus the kings of comedy. Let's settle this once and for all. Let's settle this once and for all, brother. Oh, yes. You can fool some of the people all the time and all the people some of the time, but you cannot fool the King Kong consciousness none of the time. They bringing up Fannie Lou Hamer when the Democratic Party sabotaged Fannie Lou Hamer. Look at the hypocrisy. They don't think y'all know y'all history. They don't think y'all know y'all history. Bringing up Fannie Lou Hamer. She turned in her damn grave. She turned in her damn grave. The Democratic Party was Fannie Lou Hamer's enemy, brother and sister. It will be about both parties, but who's pushing Trump? I'm not pushing Trump, and they not pushing Trump, so we don't need to have a conversation about Trump, but we could bring it up if you like. They not pushing Trump, and I'm not pushing Trump, but we can include Trump if you want. The problem with y'all Negroes is y'all believe y'all have to belong to a plantation at all. Let me say it again. The problem with y'all Negroes is y'all believe y'all need to belong to a plantation at all. Y'all don't want to get off of a plantation. Y'all need a plantation, whether it's the Republican Party plantation, Democratic Party plantation, Green Party plantation. Y'all need a plantation. That's the problem with black folks. You need to belong. Who should I vote for? Stop begging me for the right to belong to a plantation. I'm a runaway African. I represent, where my runaway Africans at? We running away with our vote. We not staying on no damn plantation. I represent the runaway slave party. I represent the runaway enslaved African vote. I represent, we done ran off the Democratic Party plantation and we ain't coming back. We done ran off the Republican Party plantation. We ain't coming back. If you do your history, the corporation is a plantation. All of us work, right? You work at a job. You work for a corporation. The corporation is the 21st century plantation. The NBA is a plantation. NFL is plantation. Hip hop is plantation. Hollywood is plantation. Media is plantation. We still on the plantation. The corporation is the new plantation, my ninja. The corporation is the new plantation. And guess what the new slave chain is? Guess what the new shackle is? The new shackle is your paycheck. The new plantation is the corporation, and the new shackle is your paycheck. The new plantation is the corporation, and the new shackle is your paycheck. Talk black to me one time, Africans. I'm a runaway slave. Remember, we ran off the Republican Party plantation. We ran off the Republican Party plantation around 1930s. In 2008 and 2012. Go listen to Barack Obama's acceptance speeches. Sound just like Kamala. And they kept pushing middle class. They kept pushing middle. Well, for all y'all who want to be pretendian, guess what? You can now be an East Indian now pretend. Hey, pretendians. Pretendians. Y'all could join up with the East Indians now because they're about to take over the black community. So all pretendians, you should go get you a dot. Go get you a dot right here. Pretendians, go get you a dot. Go get you a copy of the Bhagavad Gita. Go get you some curry chicken and join in with the Kamala movement. Pretendians, you can now be East Indians. Pretendians, you can now be East Indians. They're going to be running the show.
Dr. Umar is something else. He said pretendians, you can now be East Indians. Okay. Now, above all that drama said, did he just use Wig's line when he said talk black to me? That's not Wig's line, beloved. And that's not Wig's line. You see, that is what Dr. Khalid Muhammad used to say. Okay, he coined that phrase, and Wig just copied it from him. Okay, so that all been said, and Dr. Umar is definitely a fan of Dr. Khalid Muhammad. You heard him just mention him. So that all been said, likes up, everyone, please like and share. Please like and share. And he's not lying, not one lie told. Now, I want you all to pay attention because she makes it sound all good. Yeah, it has a good presentation just from listening to it. Oh, I'm going to stop. I'm going to ban price gouging on food for the first time ever. You heard it here first. She took the Queen's line. You heard it here first. I'm the first one to do it. No, she's not. They did it 2,000 years ago, okay, in Rome. Okay, the Soviet Union did it. All right, Venezuela did it. Richard Nixon did it. So I'm sorry, how's she the first? Please pay attention. She has no original policies, people. That's the short of it all. She has no original policies. And as far as her saying that she, in fact, is going to give $25,000 to new first-time buyers for homes, and then says that she's going to build 3 million houses, y'all know that's a lie. Come on now, please wake up. Y'all know that's all lies and BS and innuendo. What? At the end of the day, it is very true what the news reporter said, that if she does, which I doubt, give $25,000, all the people that are selling the houses are going to do is raise it up by $25,000 more. Because now they're going to know that you got at least $25,000 put down. That's how that works. It's never worked before, and it's not going to work this time. And like I told you guys, at least 37 states already have things set in place so that they can deal with food price gouging in the cases of an emergency. Okay, and all of these things that Kabami's talking about, you should ask yourselves, why hasn't she done any of them in the last 4 years? Why hasn't she done any of these things of now that which she speaks in the last 4 years? I have a whole lot of questions, Kabami, is all I'm saying. But let's get into it about these bootlicks and Black Boule. Here's some reasons why we shouldn't be listening to them. Now, y'all know, first of all, Steve Harvey is a liar. We already know that. I mean, there's proof and receipts. Are they not? But before we get into Steve, let's talk about DL. I think I'll go to him first because he's definitely a liar. Please pay attention. Now, I'm going to play some audio from DL snitching on himself. We all know that he cheated on his wife and had an outside baby. Okay, so let's get into it.
Well, my wife didn't know about that till years later where... Oh, okay, you kept it quiet. Yeah, because, again, I was a coward. I'm not disputing that. So, years later, the girl I had the baby with, I just couldn't take it. So, a couple years later, I just told my wife. And back then, you could go to the gate without buying a ticket. It was before 9/11. So you could just meet people at the gate. Remember that? So my family would always meet me at the gate. So I had told my wife months earlier, I get off the plane, my wife is there. The girl I had the baby by is at the airport. And she sees me and I see her and she sees my wife. And I don't know what was on her mind, but I got the sense. She was like, oh, I got you now. So when we walked off, I walked up to her, my wife. I said, this is the girl I had the baby by. And my wife said, I'm sorry for your loss. That was that. It wasn't, well, then years later, it's a long story because it never. Yeah. So then years later, the girl, it jammed her up too, like it did me. But I wasn't the mother and I wasn't with him every day. And she started asking for money. She needed some money. And I told her my wife would have to take care of it because I couldn't. So her and my wife talked, and my wife started giving her money. Now, here's the horrible thing about that.
So your wife was giving her money years later after the fact. Okay.
And so the condition was that she could never ask me. My wife would take care of it. So my wife took it from my allowance that I never gotten back. So I don't know if she's still giving it to her or not.
Okay, so I'm sorry. This is who we should be listening to? That's who we're supposed to be taking advice from? Okay, please pay attention. Here's the question. Now, when the baby's mom, who the baby died, by the way, that's why his wife was telling the woman, if you all don't know this part of the story, I'm sure most of you do because I've mentioned it before. But for those of you who don't know, the reason that his wife said sorry for your loss is because the baby died. Okay, that baby died. With that all being said, the question we should be asking ourselves is, how did this woman know that he was going to be at the airport and what gate he'd be at? How did she know that? Was he still was he still dealing with this woman? Okay, and she just popped up to cause trouble. Okay, because that's what it sounds like. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Now, with that all being said, let's go to these other reasons and pay attention. DL already said that he's a coward, and of course he is, because he wouldn't even defend his own daughter when she came and told him that one of his friends had SA'd her. Please pay attention.
Dangalang Hughley, take care of your outside baby you made outside your wife. Hughley, say, boy, you better shut up talking to me. Let me make a baby outside my wife. I'll leave my wife for the baby. No, I wouldn't. I'd do what you did too, but the baby coming home. Dangalang Hughley, take care of your outside baby you made outside your wife. Hughley, say, boy, you better shut up talking to me. Let me make a baby outside my wife. I'll leave my wife for the baby. No, I wouldn't. I'd do what you did too, but the baby coming home. Dangalang Hughley, take.
It's always and the reason it hits home to me is because my youngest daughter said something happened to her, and because it was somebody I liked, I didn't believe her. And because it was somebody I liked, I didn't believe her. And it's always and the reason it hits home to me is because my youngest daughter said something happened to her.
Now, of course, Trump is saying that Kamala isn't black. I guarantee you this. Kamala's been black a lot longer than Trump's been a Republican. Of course, Kamala's getting broad support. They got black men for Kamala, white men for Kamala, Latinos and Asians for Kamala. They even have Republicans for Kamala. Republicans for Kamala. I guess Donald Trump will finally know what it's like when you get left for a younger woman.
At the end of the day, I'm sorry, that's who we should be listening to. Please make it all make sense. Now, someone who has no morals, wouldn't even defend his own daughter, cheated on his wife and an outside child. Okay, at the end of the day, why would we listen to him? Make it all make sense. Now, let's talk about Steve Harvey. Why we definitely shouldn't be listening to him. Okay, now we already know that he's been married multiple times and lied and cheated during his marriages, allegedly, but also let's not forget the allegations his wife Mary, his ex-wife Mary, made about him abusing their son and how the boy was beaten so bad that he had urinary problems or something like that. Do you all remember that? But hold on, because here's the friend of Mary talking about it and saying that he even tried to blackmail her, this woman. I believe she says that he blackmailed her, but let's listen to it.
I will say a man's job is also to take care of his children and all his children, not just, the ones that come from another man, the ones that came from his nuts, the ones that look like him, These men got an issue with taking care of the kids that look like them. They love to take care of somebody else's kids they ain't got no ties to. But anyway, that's enough of an introduction.
Why is that?
Because they hate themselves.
Say it then, Storm.
They hate themselves. They hate themselves, So they love to. He loves to say, "Oh, Lori's my daughter," and what's the other one? Justin, that's my son, and them ain't your kids.
No. And if you go all the way back to 2013, when I first came in this whole situation, start back in 2013, you ain't see nothing about Steve. You ain't see nothing about his kids. He was still going through custody battles with Marsha at that time. They just really settled in 2013 when all this came out. So yes. He had to make himself look like a big family because this was coming out about Mary. He was trying to get that Family Feud gig. So at that time, when he was trying to get all that, he didn't need no hiccups in the road anywhere. He wanted to make himself look like someone he was not. Period.
But wouldn't you agree that Steve has always tried to make himself something that he wasn't?
You know what? I do agree with that. And let me tell you why. I agree with that because we still go back to how I know Steve Harvey was a born-faced liar is because he said I was extortionist and a co-conspirator. And he had no tangible evidence. None of these bloggers ever said, Steve, what did S extort? What was tangible that she took from you? How was there a conspiracy? If you will lie on a person that you don't know,
then how will you not lie on somebody that you do know? This man knew nothing of me and went to the papers and ran, and everybody believed it. That's what you guys got to stop thinking. Because the person's on TV, that don't mean they don't make decisions and bad choices and mistakes. But a mistake is when you drop a peanut butter and jelly sandwich down on the floor. You heard me? A decision is when you go sleep with the next brawler, the next dude, and you okay with it. Those two separate different things for sure.
Two totally different things. You know, it's a mistake to get the wrong kind of.
Okay, I think that's just enough of it right there. And my mistake, she didn't say that he blackmailed her. She said he accused her of extorting him. Okay, even though he didn't even know who the hell she was. Now, but with that all being said, let's also talk about Ricky Smiley, because we shouldn't be listening to him either, and here's why.
Did Ricky ever give you...
Oh, girl. I gave him too.
Y'all was 69 and that shit?
Yeah, and let me tell you something about him, girls. If you get with him, he pay good, and you only have to be with him like an hour because he's busy. So you will be there 5 days. You probably see him a good hour out of the whole 5 days. Put together 1 whole hour. Like, get with that man. I'm finna get that money. Get it, Kia. Ricky, they want me to go to child support. You pushing it.
You pushing it, Ricky.
When I did go to child support, they was like, the best place to get child support from here is where his permanent address is, which is Birmingham. And then the child support people told me the best way to get child support from him, because I already went down there like years and years ago, is to obtain me a lawyer. And that way he can't just tell the state what he's like want to pay this and that, because he has a way dealing with, if I go through the state for the child support, that I can only get like a certain amount. So child support told me if I go through it through my attorney, I can get the big ones, and you know, he don't have the authority to say he just make this certain amount of money.
I don't know about you guys, but I absolutely cannot. All of them out here tricking out near these streets, allegedly. Okay, please pay attention. Well, that all been said, that's who Ricky Smiley allegedly got pregnant. That lady looks like a whole wino. And I'm not just saying that because she was interviewed by Tasha K. And shout out to Tasha K. And shout out to Storm Monroe, okay, for the other interview. But honey, this is all nefarious, okay? But Ricky Smiley's supposed to be such a Christian and all that. That's why he doesn't curse in his comedy and all of that. But this is what you do, okay? Please pay attention, honey. That lady looked like she was like she was litty lit, okay? But we're supposed to take advice from them. And Steve bragged that they're running the airwaves, okay? That further proves their bootlegs as far as I'm concerned. Now, something else that I told you guys was going to happen. If you remember, I told y'all just a couple of weeks ago, I said, you know what? Now that it's coming up to election, it's probably going to be a whole nother pandemic, and they'll be giving us some more venom, or wanting people to take more venom, because I never took it. But we want people to take more venom. And guess what? Okay, let's get into it, because here's what's been reported hot off the press. Let me pull up this video. Here we go. Listen to this.
Comes as new vaccine boosters are expected in pharmacies and doctors' offices this week. Ghetto News reporter Jeff Nguyen has those details.
I tested positive for COVID about a week ago.
Quentin Bastian masked up to spend time with friends in Southern California following his recent COVID isolation.
I didn't want to spread it, and I mean, wearing a mask is not that hard.
The CDC says COVID-19 infections are currently growing or likely growing in 27 states.
Is the infection rate expected to get worse in the fall?
If we look at past years, what we've seen in terms of COVID-19 surges, we can expect to see a little bit of a plateau for the next few weeks.
CDC data shows young children and older adults are going to the ER at a higher rate than the rest of the population. Former FDA Commissioner Dr. Scott Gottlieb explained why on Face the Nation.
They're getting sick because they don't have baseline immunity. They haven't been infected before. They haven't been vaccinated.
This week, a new pair of FDA-approved vaccines from Moderna and Pfizer will be made available. Both were shown to protect against the latest strains of the virus.
The optimal time to plan to get vaccinated for COVID-19 and for influenza is generally before Halloween.
The Biden administration is relaunching COVID-19 test kits by mail starting next month. Jeff Nguyen, CBS News, Burbank, California.
Thank you, Biden administration and Kabami. We appreciate you. Okay, so y'all heard that. Y'all heard that. Didn't I tell y'all that like 2 weeks ago this was going to happen? Didn't I tell you guys, okay? At the end of the day, you heard it here first. All right, and let's not forget the monkeypox is back, okay, with a vengeance, supposedly. Okay, so I find it all interesting. I find it all very interesting. Please pay attention. Now, with that being said, the last point of business, before we get into it, let me have a word from my sponsors at 12 Tribes. Lights up, everyone, please. A like and share.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Okay, so you can pick up your 12 Tribes on Etsy.com, go to Lisa Crafts, and also at Walmart.com. And absolutely, it works. Okay, so now let's get into the ghetto of it all. These folk had a wedding, and it was a brawl that ensued. The police showed up, and it was just all so loud, ghetto, and crazy, and clearly ratchet. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen so you all can see this foolishness. Lights up, everyone, please like and share. And while you're watching this, I'm going to drop the link to the backup channel because we're going live on there right after. And I'm going to talk about Quran Blake. Remember the 13-year-old who was trying to steal a car, supposedly, and then he was shot, okay, by the owner of the car? Well, that person's been sentenced. We're also going to talk about Noah Bush and this child that's been, the second child has been sentenced already. Okay, so let's get into it. Lights up, everyone. Please like and share. I'm going to share my screen and put up an overlay. Here we go.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Shut the f*** up. Now. You're not going to f***ing hit me. You're not going to f***ing hit me.
It's just before 10 p.m. in Pinellas County, Florida, where one couple's nuptials had just turned into a nightmare.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. What's your name?
Police were called to this event hall in Largo after the man seen here allegedly attacked multiple wedding goers, including the bride and groom.
He knocked me down and he called my husband. Come on.
Just hang out over there. We'll talk to all you guys.
Can I get my keys back?
Yeah, 1 second. I'll get it back.
Okay, stop acting retarded. Man, that don't even make sense what you did. You just acted retarded for nothing.
Get away from me, sir.
No.
Do me a favor. Do me a favor. Hey, get away. Get away.
No.
Do me a favor. Get away, sir.
No, you need to stop acting silly. No, you said when they get
I don't give a Put him again. Hey, Mom, just go over there. Just go back over there. Thank you. Hey, calm down. Calm down. What's up? Hey, go back over there. Hey, chill. Hey, my man, chill for me, okay? Chill for me. Just be cool. Just be cool. Hey, can you take Mom over there? You good? Just chill for me. All right? Be cool.
Police identify the suspect as 45-year-old Ronte Stokes, the brother of the bride and the son of the woman he just had that heated exchange with, while officers try to calm down Ronte. Let's check in with the bridal party, who is, let's just say, not happy about the situation.
Please, I'm going to ask you guys to go over here.
You want out here?
Hey! Shut the f*** up! Now! Now! Away! I will have
We are going.
No, get a new tenant.
No, I'm telling you.
Okay, come on. Talk to me like that. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Please, I'm no mama. Talk to me.
Listen, this is your day, right? I am trying to help you guys. Because no one else
you don't
is
curse
listening.
at me like that. Where is the lieutenant?
Fine, stop.
Where is the lieutenant?
Stop. He's not here.
Oh, give me the phone. Let me dial. No.
Do not call
Don't tell me
911.
what to do.
I'm telling you right now, do not call 911.
But you don't have to talk to her like that. I'm asking to speak to a lieutenant. You can't refuse
I am
that.
trying to tell you to ask your friends to come back here so they don't go to jail. Because that lady has put hands on.
You don't curse at me.
That lady.
I didn't curse you.
That lady.
I didn't curse you. You gotta kill me. You gotta get in my face like that. Get the out my face.
Listen.
Get the out my face.
Witnesses tell police Ronte pushed down the bride, fought the groom, and attacked at least 3 other people before hurling a chair at the venue doors, causing at least $800 in damages. And it's not hard to see that our suspect's temper might run in the family.
My child right there.
Ma'am, come over here. Come over here. I understand. We need to de-escalate this.
My children.
We need to de-escalate
That's the one that's taking
this.
the shit right now.
Okay. We need to de-escalate this.
Crazy.
Stand here.
It's crazy.
Okay. Relax.
It's crazy.
Can you tell me what happened? Can you calm down and tell me what happened?
I don't know what happened. All I know is my son and my daughter's husband got into an argument.
Okay.
So we locked the door so he couldn't come in.
Okay.
I opened the door and he came in.
Okay.
They started fighting.
Okay.
After they started fighting, we broke them up.
Hey,
We got my
let's
son.
go on. Let's go on.
Let me see my
No,
daughter.
no, no.
I got to see my
The other
daughter.
officer
My
is
daughter, I'm
talking to
saying,
me.
no, I got to see my
Stop.
I got to see.
Let them talk.
Let me
She's
see.
fine.
Okay, let me calm her down. Let me calm her down.
She's fine.
Let me calm her down. Please, knock my mama down. He came in. He my mama. That's what I just said. Knock him on my ass. No, everybody. Mary, you're not
gonna fucking hit me. You're not gonna fucking hit me.
Get out my way. Mary, please. Get the fuck out of my mother's way.
Go back inside then.
As the mother of the bride storms off, let's check in with our suspect on his way to a patrol car.
Now, I'm sorry, but if I were that cop, I would have locked her behind up right then. She would have been arrested, talking all crazy. They're trying to help them, but they're acting like idiots, okay? Acting so ridiculous at the end of the day, but let's continue.
Yeah, I got them. They both are here, my man. I can't right now. Just give us a second to work through some stuff, okay?
I'm gonna be quiet. This is my sister. I'm gonna tell you whatever. This is my sister. She getting married. Me and her boyfriend going through.
Okay.
And we arguing and whatever.
I got you. Y'all been drinking, I'm guessing?
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie to you.
All right, bro. How about this? Just take a seat real quick for me. Hey, put your feet up. Like you can slide all the way back, okay?
I got you.
Back with the amped up bridal party, one officer is doing his best to calm the situation.
So we need to settle this down before anyone goes to jail other than that man. Okay?
It's so crazy.
Okay. Is there anyone else other than that man is creating an issue here?
No.
Okay.
No.
So that situation is contained for right now, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Who all was hit and how can we help?
The kid was being choked.
Okay.
The fucking bride got pushed down.
Okay.
The groom right now.
The
groom is breathing right now.
Please.
Where is he? He went to the bathroom.
Okay, they have paramedics coming. Is he the only one that needs to see a paramedic?
Yes, right. Stupid.
That's why he's in a car.
You should have tased this when y'all walked up.
Please.
Yes.
Okay,
They're out here as fast as they
This
could.
is the-
What's going on? Exactly. Everybody tried to call that one time and yelling on the phone.
But here's
with
the
them.
thing, right? I have to sort out who needs help, and that guy's the only person that needs to be handled right now, right?
He was obnoxious.
Okay, I understand he was probably way more than that. Okay,
That hand hurt so
who
bad.
is that person to you, ma'am?
The brother.
He is your brother. Okay, so he is domestic related, and that nice lady right there is your mom.
So I can get in my damn car. Please calm down, Mary. Because I need to get in my goddamn car.
I don't think Mary.
Right. Shit don't make no
Mary,
sense. Calm down.
Listen, please. The last time I yelled and cussed, y'all got really mad at me.
I'm telling you, Mom, he started with the kids. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Please.
Why are you touching me?
Because I'm trying to.
I am talking and he's touching me. You don't gotta touch me.
I'm asking you to stop because I'm trying to talk to her.
I'm talking to my mom though.
Right, and you guys called 911 and I'm here. So please step away for 2 minutes. Okay?
You know what? Y'all came when y'all wanted to come anyway. Let me know.
I got it.
No.
Kim, he's not my brother no more.
Wondering who's missing from this equation? As that officer keeps working with those witnesses, another goes looking for the groom.
If it's something big, they'll throw a band-aid on you and that'll be it, all right? I don't know what happened out here, man, but we just want to make sure you're okay, all right? You want to talk to me? Because we got a lot of angry people outside.
They can stay angry.
No, I understand. You want to talk to me real quick? I want to talk to you in the men's room. What's up, man? What happened? Who is that?
Ron Stokes, that's the brother.
That's whose brother?
Going through something in there, and my wife asked him to go back outside with all that, and he.
That's your soon-to-be wife's brother.
Yes.
Okay.
And he pushed her down.
Pushed the sister down.
Okay. I said, "You dead wrong. You dead wrong," and then he came at me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you mind if I take pictures of the injuries on your face? Okay.
Meanwhile, one officer reads Ronte his Miranda rights and asks him a few questions. Let's see what he has to say.
Stuff fast down. Okay. All right. Whatever else going on, I do not know what's going on. But my sister, yeah, she was rushing at me and I pushed her down. You might be right. All right. And then what about her boyfriend, Willie? Well, now they're the groom, right? They're married now. Yeah, they married. Yeah, her and the fat boy. Okay, so what happened there? Okay, my sister, I was in there coming out getting something to eat, and I tried to say something to her. So what happened? How did this start, though? Okay, I'm finna take you way back. No, I need to know what happened. No, I'm finna take that. I'm taking it way back. Okay. They played games on the tuxedo, warehouse. Mm-hmm. So I go out there, I catch an Uber. I don't have no car. Mm-hmm. They tell me I went on the grooms, whatever the fuck it was. Okay, so I called her. Oh, well, we called and put you on the tuxedo list now. It costs $200 and something for a tuxedo. I went for the rent no $200 tuxedo. Mm-hmm. Okay, so tonight, I give her a hug and all that there. What boils down, I give her a hug and she pushed me off. So I'm like, damn, what's going on? I'm your little brother. Mm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got you. So I try to hug, I'm the goofy one in the family. I got you. So you're just trying to give her a hug? Yeah, I love to kick games, talk bullshit. It's me. Okay. So I think what I did, she think I was bullshitting or whatever. She took it serious.
The officer continues talking to the suspect while the mother of the bride is not exactly making the situation any better.
It made no sense. You want to knock me down for nothing?
Yeah, please.
I started this. I didn't start this. I didn't start this. And she gonna knock me down. She got me down 2 times.
Please.
That's my child. She gonna knock me down.
No, it didn't happen like that. It didn't happen like that.
I got to get the. I got to get the. I gotta go. I gotta get up out of here. I gotta go. My child gonna knock me down.
No, that's not how it happened, Mary.
I told him that. I told him that.
Ma'am.
She act like I didn't say shit to him.
Do me a favor. Stand up really quick.
I did. What for? What? You arrested me?
Oh, I'm not.
Well, what you want me to stand up for?
I need to talk to her.
Talk to her. I don't got nothing to do with that.
And I need to get you inside.
Let me go home.
He's going to
get my keys. Let me go.
When I tell you all that these cops had so much patience, I would have just locked all of them up. I would have just taken every one of them that was screaming and acting like buffoons. I would have locked their behinds up, okay? At the end of they're acting like banshees. They're acting so stupid and idiotic. How are the police supposed to get anything done or get any of the information with all of them screaming at the top of their lungs and being so disrespectful for no reason to the police who came there to help their dumb arses? But let's continue.
Stop what you want to tell. Grandma.
Officer Daniel is going to take the 10-12 out of the area.
I wasn't on Ronte's side. I was trying to stop Ronte from doing what he was doing. Because I already know I was trying to stop him. You wrong for knocking me down. You was wrong. You knocked me down 3 times. 3 times. You knocked me down 3 times. Let me get my shoe. Please let me get my shoe.
Get your shoe.
You between the move.
Please get your shoe.
You knocked me down 3 times. Okay, Grandma.
I can't tell you again.
Grandma.
I can't take her home.
I'm so bad. I can't let you know. You knocked me 3 times for nothing. I was trying to get your brother to stop. Let me talk to my daughter, please.
Let the paramedics
Please.
talk to her for a second, please. Please.
Ain't nothing wrong with her. Let me talk to my child.
I have paramedics treating her. Give me
Okay,
a second.
treat her.
Aaron, what's going on?
Can someone take her home?
She's not intoxicated. She's upset. She has not been drinking at all.
This is
I don't drink.
She don't drink. She don't drink. She was not drinking. That's her son, and this is her daughter. And her daughter ended up pushing her down 3 times.
We're still yelling.
As if the bride hasn't had enough, the groom adds the icing on the wedding cake as he makes his exit.
Hit him living like me, or peace. Come on, man, get the f from up here.
Blowing right past his newlywed wife.
Come on, man. Ain't got time for all this.
Excuse me? Who are you, Rico? You just come up here like that.
Dad.
If he leave with you, you gotta keep him with you. How about that? He leave with you, you keep him with you. The hell, man? Stop. Nope, I mean that. Because he ain't got no business leaving with Rico. I'm his wife. So you stay with your brother then. Calm down. Stay with your brother.
Officers are eventually able to calm everyone down and get them on their way. But back with Ronte, who has been taken to a nearby parking lot away from the scene, things have de-escalated a little too much.
Hey, bud. Shit! Ooh, it hurt. Ooh. Hey, bud. Ronte, you gotta get up there. Step up. Can you step up? Ronte Stokes. Hey, Ronte. Step up here, bud. Hey, you gotta step up there, my man. There you go. We got you, good dog. There you go.
Ronte Stokes was taken to a nearby hospital for medical care and then to jail, where he was booked for criminal mischief and 5 counts of felony battery, marking one wedding present this family will always remember. Ronte's case remains open.
That was beyond nefarious, okay? Like, really? The embarrassment of it all, honey. What kind of wedding was that? And so anyway, like I said, the police were very professional. I mean, one of them did curse at them, but who could help themselves after all of that? Just arguing and bickering and acting like fools. Why did the mother even open the door in the first place? Now, she knew he was there to start trouble. This is all so crazy. The end of the day. Queen Sam said, I simply cannot. DSB said that looked like a hood party gone wrong, okay? Juju said, just trifling. James Allen said, so nefarious. Oh, I absolutely cannot. Okay, so with that all being said, I am out of here. Okay, so we're going to be live on the backup channel, like I said, in just a second. Let me go ahead and drop the link again. All right, so I love you all to life. Okay, everyone be sure to tune in for the backup channel. With that all being said, each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Sold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating